Good day. God bless you guys. Welcome back. My name is Zach Attack, and this is episode 75 in the Healthy, Wealthy, Happy series. Okay, guys, it's weigh in day, and I didn't do awesome because I did eat the one meal during my 96-hour fast. But having said that, I still did weigh in and I was 242. So that's minus 3 pounds. And that's a total of 28 pounds down since we started. So I don't think I'm going to complain about 28 pounds down. And, you can't really notice it here, but, I'm telling you guys, I'm really starting to notice it in my midsection. It's still there, but a lot of it's gone. I mean, it's still a lot there, so it's hard for me to gauge, like, is it 30% gone? But, it's something like that as far as how much it was just blubbery soft. Because coming down from 315 pounds, even at 270, my stomach wasn't like hard sticking out like it is some really fat people. I had lost enough pounds of where it started to get like the saggy loose fat. And that is slowly going away and it's feeling great. So I was at work today and I was like, you know what? I know it's day to eat, and I got my steaks and salads and eggs and cheese and everything at home, and I'm ready to eat. So I didn't want to go to the gym after work. So I did it again. I went on my last break at about 4:30 at work, and I just ran and I keep my shorts and my muscle shirt on under my work clothes. So I run to the locker, whip those clothes off, throw my running shoes on, get down to the gym. Takes me less than 5 minutes, like 3 minutes. I'm there, and I ran a mile and a half, which was a extra half a mile because 2 days ago I went a mile and I told you I felt great and my heart rate was good. So this time I actually stepped up the pace a little faster. I started at about 5.1 miles an hour, but I ended up going up to like 5.7 or 5.8, somewhere in there. And kind of in the middle, and peaked my heart rate up close to like 140 ish. I think it was actually over 140 for a couple few minutes, maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then tapered it back down because a mile and a half still, only took like 18 minutes, or not, like 16 minutes or something, whatever it was. Not a super long run or anything. And then I did some upper body. I did some bench press, some curls, some military press, some lat pull downs, and I forgot to do my sit up. So I think I might do some planks or some crunches. I'm kind of in the mood for some crunches. I am going to blast out a set of crunches. I'll make a short showing me do some crunches in the middle of my crunch set, just to prove that I did it. So I am, like I said, I'm about 18 chapters into the Atkins. I think it's the New Diet Revolution, Atkins New Diet Revolution. So when I read the book, he wrote it in like 92, and he referenced studies and medical studies and research that had been done even 40 years prior to writing the book in 92. And I was 20 years old in 92, so I was well aware of the book. It was very popular diet back then. And I don't know why it ever faded away. It is a very good system. It's very complete. Now that the other times I just kind of skimmed through it and got the key points of what to do, and you're just not as motivated when you don't have all the information. When you read the whole system and understand why you're doing what you're doing, you understand why is it 20 carbs, why is it don't go under 18, and it ain't this like don't go over 20. It's like don't go under 18. So I mean, if I have 2 chips left over tomorrow, that's the minimum. Like, I can't, if it's the end of the day and I got 4 chips left, like I should go eat a cheese stick or something to bump up them carbs to just get to the 18. And he explains it in the book that it's more like I mean, keto guys wouldn't agree, but that it keeps your body from going into starvation mode, which fasting doesn't even do. So, their research indicates that less than 20 grams of carbs, less than 18 grams of carbs. And of course, it's going to be different for everybody, because if you just ran 10 miles, I mean, those carbs will be gone instantly the second you eat. Like, especially if you run first, it ain't like people, you can eat a big meal and then go work it out off. It works even better to do it the other way around, like work it off first. and then your muscles and your liver will just soak up the carbs immediately, and none of it will be stored as fat. That's why these jack dudes can eat junk food. I mean, if you're jacked, you can eat a donut, every day. If you could. I mean, I know a personal trainer, super ripped fitness marathon runner dude that eats Pop Tarts all the time. I mean, they don't even taste good to me, but he likes them, and his body is well equipped to handle the extra sugar, even though it's a terrible food. I mean, it's a processed pastry with white flour and white sugar, terrible, but his body just sucks it all up. So, um, my point of that was. Minimum of 18 carbs will keep your body, and then like 12 to 15 of those carbs have to be your foundational vegetables. So for me, it's a bigger list, and you could look it up. I downloaded a PDF on my phone today of all the phase one. Let's see if I can pull. I don't even know how to pull up a PDF now that I think about it real quickly. But it was just like 5 little screens full of, like, here's all the meat, here's all the eggs, here's all the, and it's telling you to eat eggs in all these ways. And it's like, okay, you can eat eggs, make an omelet, make a fried egg, make a boiled egg, make a poached egg, whatever, eat eggs, and cook them in butter, in olive oil. And it said vegetable oil, but I disagree. I would not use vegetable oil, especially like corn oil. Like, your typical vegetable oil is made out of corn, and it's terrible. It takes hundreds of ears of corn to make a dang teaspoon of that shit. It's concentrated, no good. But like, olive oil is amazing. It's pure fat. It has no carbs. Butter is okay on Atkins. Butter wouldn't be great if you were eating a bunch of junk food, because then that plaque does get in your bloodstream. When you're not eating all the processed food, these fats then don't negatively impact you. There's so many studies done, and so they're not being biased, but they're just not including all the information. You could say they did a study where the more meat people eat before bed, let's say, like, greatly increase the risk of heart attack. It's kind of where heart attack and stroke. It's kind of where the food pyramid came from. But if you minus out all the carbs, all the processed carbs, the sugar and the white flour, then people can eat only meat and never have a heart attack. So it's swayed information. So anyway, what I'm saying is, I am super motivated and dedicated to stick to this Atkins. I'm gonna, as soon as I get done with the stream here, I'm gonna sit in my chair over there and keep reading chapter 8, 19, 20, 21. I really want to get to chapter 21 because I haven't read that one before, and it's the psychology of weight loss, and that's kind of my favorite subject. I have probably 50, oh my God, maybe 150 books on psychology if you include my Audible ones. Very interesting topic to me. So I only have 2 days off this week, and this is going to help. So like I said, I was 242. I'm minus 3 pounds. That's 28 pounds down. I'm only 2 pounds away from hitting that first 30 pound on the poll. If you haven't voted on the poll, please go do so. Just fun. It's just something interesting to see how many people think I'm going to lose 30 or 40 or 50 or even over 50. It's a kind of cheating now because we're 2 months into it, and you can see that I'm only 28 pounds down. So, but I believe I'm going to lose on this 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th fast, and then also the 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th 4 days of eating, that I am going to have significantly improved results. I'm just committing to myself that this number 10 fast, at the end of the 10th fast, when I weigh in, it's going to be greater than a 3 pound loss, and the 11th one and the 12th one and the 13th one as well. So I'm in striking distance, guys. If I really buckle down, part of this whole system, and this is just the opening moves of a chess game. We're just getting our pieces out there. We're just controlling the center, and we're learning. So I have 2 days off and I'm gonna eat the super low carb. I just ate. Okay, before I even go till tomorrow, I got home. I weighed in. Which reminds me, I need to drink a little water. Good to drink water on camera. Remind you guys to drink water. I got home, I weighed in, I was 242. I was pretty pumped. It would have been probably 241 or less if I wouldn't have had that one meal last night. But I'm not too bummed about it. I'm still 3 pounds down. And I made my salad a little, like I said, less ingredients. Like, I didn't have, the pea pods are more a starchy vegetable. You can't have those on Atkins phase 1. I put onions on it, but now that I think about it, I'm not sure if I was even supposed to have onions on Atkins phase one. I got to double check on my phone. But otherwise, it was just lettuce, tomatoes, um, green peppers, cucumbers, some shredded cheddar, the bigger slices of shredded cheddar. I think it's called like large shred or whatever. It's awesome because it's bigger chunks. So you get some protein in there to slow down the carbohydrates that are in it from getting into your bloodstream all at once, because you don't want that big insulin spike. That's the point of the 20 carbs. Is it's all about controlling the insulin. So, and you wouldn't want to say, well, I'm going to eat a 0 carb breakfast, a 0 carb lunch, and then eat a 20 carb dinner. That would defeat the purpose, because a 20 carb dinner would initiate a large enough insulin response to cause the damage that we're trying to avoid. So, like I said yesterday, you could do more like 6 carbs for breakfast, 6 carbs for lunch, 6 carbs for dinner, and have 2 carbs for a snack. What is there even 1 carb in a stock of celery? You could have like a cheese stick for 1 carb and a hard boiled egg for 1 carb or something. Those could be 2 easy low carb snacks. I did mean to boil some eggs too. I'm either going to do it tonight or right away tomorrow morning to make sure I have my 2 carbs extra. Would probably be like just 2 hard boiled eggs, because they're very filling and healthy fat. And so, like I said, if you split it up 6, 6, and 6 carbs, you could go 5 and 6 and 7, or 5 and 8 and 5. But if you're going to have the more carbs in one meal, like if you're going to have one meal that's all the way down to like 4 carbs, well, then make that one dinner and do the extra carbs for breakfast, especially if you're a workout gym guy, because that workout's going to just soak up them carbs. So, and you might actually want them and feel better to front load the carbs for breakfast. So you could do like 8, 6, 4, something like that, whatever, that'd be 18. You could go 8, 6, 6 even, without the snacks. So I only have 2 days off. So I work Monday and Tuesday, which is my normal days off. So those are eating days, but it's also a work day. So I am going to, because I'm just so used to fasting during my work days, that I'm just going to not eat while I'm at work on Monday and Tuesday. And that'll, I don't know. I might have to, maybe towards the end of the day, eat a little bit of something, because I still want to get my 18 grams of carbs in minimum, but not all at once. So I wouldn't be able to wait till after work. See, it's a good thing we go live and figure this out. I'm going to have to bring something to work on Monday and Tuesday to eat, by at least before like 3 o'clock, but maybe like noon. Yeah, I don't know. This might be trickier than I thought. I could just whip up some scrambled eggs. You know what? That'll be the easiest thing. Make like 3 scrambled eggs with a little bit of cheese on top and mushrooms or something like that, and make a couple bowls of that or something. You can also do Atkins phase 1 and all the phases. It doesn't have to be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It can be, you can have like 5 meals. You could have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a couple snacks, or you can just make it like 5 smaller meals, like 4 carbs, 4 carbs, 4 carbs. Like let's say you could eat, what would that be, right? Yeah, 4 carbs every, let's say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, even more than that. You could eat like every 3 hours then, if you're going to just eat some 400 or 4 carb meals. And I've done that before too, where I just kind of eat a little bit, eat a small portion of food, like just when you start feeling that initial hunger. Just eat a little bit and then it goes away, and then it takes some time to come back, and then just eat a little bit. So that is another technique to use, and we'll see how I do this coming week. I feel great right now. I ate a salad and a steak. I'm done. I'm drinking water. I'm going to get hot on some video games after this, because I'm going to read the book and play video games, because I just don't want to sit around and get bored. That tends to be a problem for me. And I don't have anything that I could easily grab and eat unless I just grab some green pepper or grab some mushrooms. And there's still shredded cheese in the fridge, which I did eat a little bit too much of the shredded cheese last night. I forgot to be honest about that. When I had my one meal last night, what did I say I had? Oh, I had like that beef. What do you call it? It was like a hamburger steak. What do they call those? Like chopped chopstick, yeah, something like that. It was a small one, and I had a salad. But then after that, I was like wanting a snack, and I went and ate some of the shredded cheese right out of the bag. So, um, still having problems with that snacking desire, but I was like, oh, it's all low carb, I'll be fine. But really, so I actually looked up some therapists today too. Like, I'm really trying to find. I looked up like a CBT therapist near me, and right in the town I live in, there's a bunch of them. It's a medium-ish town with all kinds of cities around it, and there's tons of therapists everywhere. I didn't really find the one exactly I want to go to yet, but I found some good ones talking about, like, the psychology of weight management and body image. And, I don't have such a like bad personal image. I just want to be healthier. I want to be fitter. I already feel good. I walk around all pumped every day. I don't look at myself, and, I'm not like shy around people because I'm obese. It is what it is. I'm working on it, and, I'm going to get there. So, I think I'm still kind of tossing it up of what to do with those eating days next week, Monday and Tuesday. I wouldn't want to eat 18 carbs all at once. I could eat 9 and 9 maybe. Maybe I'll bring that's what I'll do. Or I guess it could be 10 and 10. I'll bring a 10 carb lunch to eat at like somewhere between noon and 2. And then I'll have a 10 carb dinner when I get home. I mean, like around 7. I get off work at 6:30. It only takes me like 5 minutes to get home. I'm walking in my apartment, but maybe by like 6:37 or 8, and take 20 minutes to chop up some salads and greens and make a salad and grill a steak or air fryer. If you don't use an air fryer for your meat, I'm not saying it's the best way to make it the most tasty. It's not bad though. It is so convenient. I mean, turn the knob and let the thing crank up to 450 while you're grabbing the steak and salad out of the fridge. Chop your salad up. I usually dice the steak up into little like 3/4 inch chunks or 1 inch chunks. Throw them in the air fryer. Season them up, salt, pepper, whatever you like. I use some horseradish when I eat it, just a little bit. The horseradish I double checked. I wanted to make sure it didn't have too many carbs, and it only had 1 carb. The steak has no carbs, so the horseradish had 1 carb per tablespoon. So I just scooped out 1 tablespoon and plopped it on a plate and had it with my ribeye. And it was a pretty good sized ribeye. It was a pound and a half or 2. So it was a 12-ounce ribeye. And the salad, like I said, it was not quite as big as the bowls I've shown on the 400 calorie meal list, and a couple shorts I did with the salads in them. The one I sat here and ate it. It's just amazing. I just wanted to show how filling and how long it even takes to eat, because it's just so many veggies and so much healthy fiber in there. So I'm just running down the carbs in my head right now. I put some dressing on there. It was probably about 5 carbs, 5 carbs, and all the veggies couldn't have had more than 5. So probably not even that. Probably more like 3 with the lettuce. Mushrooms, none. Yeah. So yeah, it probably was about 10 carbs, 11 carbs for that meal. But that was the only meal I ate today, so not too bad. And guys, give God all the glory. Always know where your victory is, and your victory will come in the Son of God, Jesus Christ. Following him, worshiping him, believing in him is going to bring you much joy in life, much mental clarity, mental sanity. Help with your anxiety and depression and codependency and all the issues people have, and the negative self-image, low self-esteem, low self-worth. Looking forward to tomorrow. It's a day off. I'll probably stay up a little later. I just seem to always stay up later on my days where I know I don't have to get up in the morning. I think I'm going to drink my tea tonight though, because I was up way late the other night till like 2 in the morning. And because I knew I didn't have to work the next day. So I'm gonna try to hit the gym tomorrow too. So that I hit the gym 2 days in a row now, ran both days and lifted weights both days. So that's feeling great. So tomorrow I might do, I don't even know. I think I might do like my kettlebell and like, body weight resistance type stuff, kettlebells, push-ups, planks, stuff like that. Even those rubber bands I'll use, and you do kind of this. It's kind of the opposite of swinging the kettlebell. It's grabbing the rubber band and pulling it down instead of swinging the bell up. And so it kind of gets all the muscle groups, and I do a bunch of core. I love the gym I go to, the Planet Fitness one. It has like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say at least 4, no, 5, 6 different ways to work your abs, between crunch machines and the ropes and the lay down and the leg lifts and the sled, and just a bunch of different ones, just getting it at a little different angle. So we'll see if I hit the gym tomorrow, and then I could hit the tanning booth and get the tan portion of the Jack tanned and juicy as fudge routine. And that's about it, guys. I'll go live tomorrow night again and catch you up on my day off and how I did. And I'm gonna use the chips tomorrow. I didn't really have to use them today because I just ate one meal and it was about 10 carbs. It was probably right on the limit of what the Atkins book doesn't really say like a limit of how many you would want one meal to be. But just in my mind, 10 carbs. I mean, one tortilla has like 50 carbs. You know what I mean? Like you normally are spiking your blood sugar so crazy high. Like to have like a bean and beef burrito at, like a big one at a restaurant or at a fair or something, that is just, the beans have carbs, all the veggies in it have carbs, the sauce has carbs, and then the shell alone has 2.5 times more carbs than I would want to eat in a day. And then you're having chips and salsa on the side and other, eating more than one. My point is, I don't think 10 carbs, and I'm going to read more about it. It would be too bad of a single meal. But of course, that would be your bigger meal, because if you're wanting to eat at least 3 meals, that would only leave you 5 carbs for each of the other meals. But you can eat a pretty huge meal for almost no carbs. When you start thinking about steak and eggs and butters and oils and avocado, things that just have so little carbs. Now I'm starting to think, what would a whole avocado and a couple fried eggs be? That would be about 5 carbs, and that'd be an awesome breakfast. I might have to. I don't think I have an avocado right now though, but good thing though. Reading the Atkins book yesterday, it's totally don't count calories. It's just like that is not what matters. Like, don't overeat. Like, just because there's 0 calories or 0 carbs in a ribeye, don't eat 10 ribeyes and say, well, I'm at 0 carbs. It's still recommending portion sizes. Like like 12-ounce ribeye I just ate was way over their portion size, but I was counting to myself that I just ran a 1.5 miles and did a bunch of upper body, just cranked out reps, like 50 reps of each thing I did, or 20 to 50 reps of each thing I did, 30 reps, I probably average. So just burnt up all the sugar in my blood, which there wasn't any anyway, because I only ate one meal in the last 4 days. Anyway, just to pace those carbs out throughout the day. So tomorrow evening, I'll probably go live. It's been about the same time, right? Between 7:30 and 8:30, I usually go live. And then it seems my streams are averaging 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I don't know. However much I have to talk about. Who depends on if some of my homeboys butt in and or chime in and get me amped up with what they're doing. And speaking of subscribers, quite a few coming in the last 24 hours as well. Feeling good, to see all the new people be interested in the transformation and the just the whole life system, really. Because like I said, we're still just talking about mostly physical health, weight loss, and really just overall health. I mean, obesity is a pre-morbidity condition. Like all these sicknesses and diseases are way more likely to happen to you if you're overweight, and especially if you're obese in the extreme overweight category. So that's just physical health though, right? So there's still the mental health portion of your life, the emotional health, the spiritual health, and something I don't think people really even think about is your social health. Are you one of my favorite psychologists, Jordan Peterson, he talks about we need to talk. We need to have people to talk to. If you want to be a good friend to somebody, hey Angel, cheers, my friend, looking thin brother. Thank you. I put my black shirt on today. You missed the big beginning of the video. I was 242, so I did lose 3 more pounds. So I am slimmer, and I wore the black to look a little slimmer. Hit the gym today, feeling good, guys. So, where was I at? What was I yakking about? Carbs. We're gonna track all my meals tomorrow. Just looking at what I bought so far. I know I'm gonna have some eggs for breakfast, probably either like a cheddar cheese omelet and throw some mushrooms and peppers in there. Like throw my salad veggies in with the omelet, and that'll be a decent breakfast. And then for lunch, I'll probably have like the cube steak, chop steak thing with another salad, a small salad. And then for dinner, I have another ribeye and another salad. Maybe not too many salads. I don't know. What else could I throw in there, though, if I don't have just maybe some vegetables? I have to look at the approved phase 1 veggies again. I can't remember if green beans are in there because I was gonna have just a can of green beans with my steak, but then I was like, I don't remember seeing green beans on the list, but they're super low calorie. They got to be low carb. But anyway, maybe I'll just have instead of having a big salad with the steak for dinner, because I don't want to eat a salad with like two out of 3 meals they are awesome though. I mean, they taste delicious, but I suppose it'll start getting close to that. I might be going over the carbs anyway, the 20 grams of carbs. And then as your phases continue, I mean, we're looking forward here quite a few months when I come off of phase 1. But phase 2 is where you start adding 5 grams of carbs per week. And, it has kind of a recommended list of what you would add to, because 5 grams of carbs a day is, it could be a small thing, 1 avocado, a couple ounces of cheese, more of the same vegetables you've been eating. And then it kind of progresses all the way to, like even having a glass of wine and, but then, so you keep adding these carbs, you adding 5 grams of carbs and then do it every day for a week, and then add 5 more grams of carbs and do it every day for a week. And you should continue to lose weight. If you're losing 3 pounds a week at first, then it might go to 2.5, then it might go to 2, then it might go 1.5, it might go to 1. And then at some point, no matter how many weeks it takes, you're going to find, and what do they call it? The CCLL, critical carbohydrate level to lose weight. CCLL, I think it was called. So that's in phase 2. You'd find that critical carbohydrate level for you. And for me, and then it will, it also includes your working out. Like right now in phase 1, even though you're working out hard, it tells you don't add carbs just because you're burning them all up. It's just going to cause way more fat loss. So just enjoy the way more fat loss, which is fine with me. And it says to do phase 1 for a minimum of 2 weeks, 14 days. So today's really not even day 1. We'll count tomorrow as day 1 because today I actually fasted all day. So can't really call it as an Atkins day when I just went 24 hours without eating and 72 hours before that. Then, so you do it for 14 days minimum, but if you're still overweight, it's recommended to just keep going on phase 1 and stay with the 20 carbs and only the approved vegetables and eggs and meat and shellfish. And, I don't eat much for shellfish because they're bottom feeders, and, biblically, and Leviticus chapter 11 explains that you can't eat shellfish. And I don't eat much pork, but I had, like I said, my sister gave me a shit ton of pork when I gave her like a 15-passenger van that I had sitting around. I bought it when I was dating a woman that had all these kids, and I had all these kids, and I was like, oh, it'll be fun. And I drove us all around in it one time. It was like a $4,500 van. It was like an old GMC 15-passenger van. It was awesome. But anyway, I gave it to her, and so she gave me a bunch of pork to eat. So I've been kind of picking at it, maybe like 1 pork item a week for the last month or 2 or whatever, however long it's been. It's been all in the freezer. I think the last thing I have of it now is this huge rack of ribs. And I was just asking my buddy at work today, like, how do you cook pork ribs. Like, I don't think I've ever cooked them in my life. But guys, the mental state is, man, I don't know if it's the YouTube channel, because it is on my mind quite a bit during the day now. I don't just think about my personal fitness anymore. I'm kind of thinking about my channel and how we're affecting people's lives, and hopefully they're watching from day one and learning something from all the videos. And there's a lot of subscribers coming in, so I can only guess that there's a lot of people watching the videos. Hey guys, please hit that button. It looks like this. It's right up there. You can just ding dong. Or is it on the bottom of the video? I can't remember now. It doesn't show it on my live stream where it is. Helps the algorithm. People get the message out to more people. But I'm really feeling the positive impact, not only on myself, but on others. A couple guys at work that watch my channel, they're like, hey, I saw you. You said you brush your teeth with hydrogen peroxide. I've been doing it. Oh, I've been trying a cold shower here and there. Oh, I just kind of turned it a little cool. It's hard. And I'm like, yeah, it's tough. But, I take a freezing cold shower today at work again. Nothing to it. And so you get used to it. It feels great. It's always shocking at first, like because I take the hot shower first, so your skin's all hot, and then I turn it as cold as it'll go. And it's always a shock for a second or two. At first it's a complete shock and you can't even hardly breathe. You're, but now it's just like, that's cold, and then I just stand there for a minute or two, and I just kind of rapidly get it all over my body. Like I said, a lot of my face, a lot of my groin area, to really increase blood flow all over my armpits and neck and back and just everywhere, legs, bottom of my feet. Lift up my feet and hold them under the water. And a really skinny guy even at work that watches my channel, he's like, oh, I bought weights and I bought protein powder and weight gainer and I've been pumping iron. And it's not just a channel about losing weight. It's a channel about being healthy. And if you want to add some muscle mass for your health, because big muscles do affect your body. And not big muscles. You don't want to be overly muscular to where you have more than 20% of your body is protein, like mine is, like 22% protein. I want to get that down there to the under 20. I would love to be like 19% protein by the end of this year. We'll see where I can get to. My BMI is still at 242 pounds. It's still in the obese. It's out of the morbidly obese, I think. It's in the obese. And so I think I got to get down to like 190 or something to not be in the obese. Then I'll just be overweight. And then I got to get down to 160 to be in the normal range for a 5'8.5". There's no half on the BMI chart. And I'm actually very close to 5'9", but I just say 5'8" because I'm not the total 5'9". So when I look at the BMI chart, it's a 10-pound difference. I can, so 160 is the max I can weigh to be in the normal body weight. And then it's all the way down to like 125 or something before I'm underweight. And then your BMI, I think a BMI of 19 is the lowest it can be, and you're still normal, and that is like a really skinny person. Like my ex-girlfriend had a BMI of 19. Guys, I see there's 8 live viewers, and that is the record. My ex-girlfriend had a BMI of 19. She was 5'7" and weighed like 120 pounds. And she like 119 was underweight, and I'm just trying to say what a body looks like with the BMI chart says you're normal. She was hip bones and ribs sticking out skinny, chicken legs, bird arms. I mean, she was a gorgeous woman, but I'm just saying she was very, very thin, and people would probably think she was malnourished, and she's in the normal body weight category. So for 5'8", then I think it's right around 125, maybe at 130 at the most. I can't remember if there's increments other than a 5-pound increment. I don't remember. I think it's always a 5-pound increment. I don't think the BMI chart has like 119, 120, 121, 122 in between. It just gives 5 pounds. It's a broad ranged, obviously it's going to be different for everybody. I mean, the same height and weight people will look dramatically different. Interesting if you want to look at, like, especially women are more concerned with their physical appearance. I mean, men care, but we just don't care as much. You see men get just morbidly obese and don't even care, and they're just happy drunk at the bar every day, and they're just huge. They don't even view themselves in any negative way. So I do feel a little bad about women, caring too much about their weight. But Google like an 160-pound supermodel, and then 160-pound, morbidly obese person, because that exists. Uh, and it'll show you a woman that's 160, that's a model. And and I'm just saying, because it's not all it was about the weight. It's about the form and the muscle tone, and the height obviously makes a difference if you're 5'8" at 160 or compared to 5'2" at 160. But um that it isn't always about the weight. Some, like, look, some of them CrossFit women that are just jacked, ripped, yeah, bigger arms and shoulders than I do. In their BMI chart, they would be way overweight, and obviously they're very healthy. As far as body fat percentage goes, if it's healthy to have all that muscle on your body is debatable to me. I don't really believe it is. I just don't see. Um, I don't know. I guess there is some use to at least be strong, but you really don't need to be huge. So you can be. You look at like the arm wrestling champions. They can beat anybody in arm wrestling, and sometimes they're not very big at all. So the strength is useful, but the size is definitely not useful. Your heart doesn't know what's that 250 from. 250 pounds on your heart is 250 pounds on your heart. That's all it knows, is that it's harder to pump blood through this big body than a 150-pound body would be. Even if you took like a 250-pound jack dude with very low body fat, and then a 150-pound dude not jacked at all, a little flabby at 150, his heart would probably be happier. To not be overworked so badly. So anyway, guys, I'm just feeling good. I still have to break, though. I feel like the last really bad habit I have is that when I'm full, like right now, my stomach is almost hurting full, and all I had was a salad and a steak, and I want to eat. Like I have this historically, like, fasting doesn't even make me want to eat. Eating makes me want to eat. There's something to figure out there, and that's why I think I need to go to a therapist. And I just hate it because therapists, they don't really do anything. It's you figure it out. They just help you figure it out. And I'm like, God, if I could just figure it out myself. But I wouldn't mind maybe just going to 5 or 10 therapy sessions with a cognitive behavioral therapist that can, and just be honest and upfront and tell them everything, and don't shortchange yourself. Be as open and honest as you can be, because that's the most help they're going to be able to give you. And then I can talk about it here too. I could be like, hey, my therapist said this and this and this, and maybe it could help some people on the channel as well. God, just as I say it, I remember I had a I had a brochure. Sorry, guys. I don't think it's COVID. I don't think it goes through the internet anyway. I had a brochure to call a therapist around here, and it was kind of like included on it was like free through my insurance at work. So that is almost sounds like a no-brainer, right? I gotta get on that. Funny too, like you think, oh, I looked it up, and there is just tons of therapists around me. Like I just looked up CBT therapist near me, and just a list of tons of them showed up. And when I was clicking on them, it was like every other one was not taking new clients. So people are seeing therapists. You know what I mean? Like, of the dozens and dozens I saw just within my little city of 40, 50,000 people, half of them were packed out. Can't take any more clients. So those might be the ones I want, though. I might have to get in line on some of those. So it's Atkins nutritional approach, under 20 grams of carbs per day for the next 4 days. Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I work Monday, Tuesday, so I'm gonna work something out, and I'll let you guys know what it is. It's probably gonna be the eggs, just because if I'm gonna heat up a steak, I'd rather eat it fresh than bring it to work, especially because I'd have to cook it like the night before, and then to me that's just ruining a ribeye. I want that bad boy hot off the press. So a salad would be all right, though. I guess I could just bring if I have some snap bowls, I probably do. That's probably what I'll do. I'll bring a little scrambled eggs and a little salad, and that'll be my protein and my veggies. I could even do 2 of them and then just eat my one dinner when I get home. I'll figure it out. I'll do some meal prep. It'll be amazing. Um, God, I was just thinking you could do some meal prepping. You buy those little one or two, three or four compartment, 2 to 4 compartment food containers off of Amazon. You can buy a stack of 50 of them for like $20. So they're very handy and convenient. And you could meal prep up a bunch of meals and write on each container the amount of carbs that's in it. That'd be fun and easy. And then you could have your whole day figured out ahead of time, real easy. Like, you could, because I don't think it'd be it, because my salad stuff is all sitting in the fridge right now anyway. So what would be the difference to pack it up and still have it in a container in the fridge? And here's a 5 carb salad. Here's a 5 carb salad. Here's a 5 carb salad. Here's boiled eggs, 1 carb each. They really have less than 1 carb each. Trying to think what all the foods were listed on the I could put the boiled eggs on the salad for some more protein too. Instead of putting scrambled eggs on the side, I could put boiled eggs on the salad. Amazing. See, it's coming together, guys. All right, guys, I think I'm going to cut it short. Well, I guess I went 40 minutes already anyway. I like to yak on these things. It's kind of like it's therapeutic, and for me, and things come up in my mind that, like eating at work, I hadn't really thought about it and figured it out yet. And I was just thinking I would fast. But then as I'm talking through the video, I say, hey, don't eat all your 20 carbs at once. And then I think, oh, shit, that's what I would have done. Unless I just don't eat. I was thinking you could just not eat 20 carbs and be okay. But after I read the book last night, it says don't eat less than 18. Like it's a sweet spot to maximize nutrition and weight loss at the same time. You're getting the greatest benefit with those foundational vegetables with all the vitamins and minerals. And then the healthy fat from the fattier cuts of meat. Also, like, yeah, don't buy like lean meat. Like, you don't need lean meat on Atkins. You want the fattier meats, because you say it's like with keto. Like keto tells you to buy, don't only buy ribeyes and prime rib and filet mignon, and like chicken thighs have the more fat than the chicken breasts. So it's like so I buy chicken thighs all the time. That reminds me, I got to look how much carbs are in a chicken thigh. I think if it's just a boneless, skinless one, it might be super low. We'll find out. I'll Google it. It might be like 1 carb. That'd be awesome. Maybe I can cook some chicken thighs and chop it up and put some chicken in my salad. That would be awesome too. Oh my God, guys, it's starting to sound so delicious now to eat a chicken salad. Maybe I could use some ranch. That only has 1 gram of carbs per serving as well. Be like chicken bacon ranch salad or something. Starting to sound amazing. Now my 400 calorie meals are going to have to be 4 carb meals, because you don't count calories at all on keto. That I did not know. I was going to count the calories, but I'm glad I read the book. So everything sounded good, guys. But, same as always, same thing every night. Jump on board with Jesus. He's the winner. He defeated Satan. If you're on his team, you win. If you're not on his team, you lose. Give your heart to Jesus. It's not that big a deal. It's not that hard. You can just pray to Jesus right now. Pray to God. Be like, Jesus, I believe you're the Son of God. You were here. You lived as a human being. You were crucified. You died on the cross for my sins. You could have just struck them all down with a bolt of lightning if you wanted, but you didn't. You gave yourself up willingly for me. If no other person in the world needed to be saved, needed his death, he would have. And the Bible says it. He would have died just for you. And I believe that. I believe he was here beyond a shadow of a doubt, because he's in many other history books from other civilizations that didn't believe he was God anyway. So I know he was here, and that really helps me believe that he was the Son of God. I mean, some dramatic, marvelous, miraculous things happened while he was here. Documented by other cultures, other religions. The Book of Josephus, Babylonians recorded a lot of Christian history. Of course, that was way before Jesus, but Egyptian history. It's just all documents the Word of God is true. So give your heart to him. Jesus loves you. I love you. And I'll catch up with you guys again tomorrow evening.